Hi, my name is Donna Knotts. I'm a senior Cadillac sales director with Mary Kay, and I have been building my business for 20 years. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and let me share some fun facts with you about our company, Mary Kay. Mary Kay actually started this business in 1963 with $5,000, and today we are a debt-free multi-billion-dollar company. I actually started my business 20 years ago just to get my products at half price, make an extra $50, and that was it. 3 months later, I quit my full-time job, and I have been building my business ever since. I absolutely love what I do. I am passionate, excited, motivated about sharing this awesome opportunity with other women. So again, I want to thank you for taking your time out today to listen to something that could possibly change your life like it has changed mine. Like I said, I started 20 years ago when I was working at a trucking company in credit and collections, and I was invited to a guest event. And I went to the guest event, and she said, you know, you can have a free set of brushes and food. And so if it's free, it's for me. And so I went to the guest event, and I walked into the room, and everybody was happy. Everybody was hugging each other, and they all looked great. And this is really what I thought. I thought, okay, these people sit around all day long, and then they get themselves together right before they come to this event. And then I thought, okay, that is not how we act at the trucking company. You know, everybody's in a bad mood, and everybody can't wait until Friday. And I mean, these women were happy. They looked good. And I was like, they have everything that I don't have. And then my consultant actually invited me to another event. And so I went to that event, and it was like a Mary Kay success event. They started talking about, they were doing recognition, and they started talking about all the money they made. And I looked at my consultant and said, is that like weekly? I mean, how do they make this money? And so she explained to me that, you know, they sell product and that they make 50% of everything they sell. And when you don't have money, then you're going like, okay, I want some of that money. So I signed my agreement that night. I went home and told my husband that I was going to start this thing called Mary Kay. And I'm just going to tell you girls that if this is something that you decide to do, you need to do what feels right for you. Because I promise you, had I went home and discussed it with my husband, I would not be sitting here 20 years later in the dream home that Mary Kay built. But you see, he didn't understand what I saw and what I heard. And I'm just going to tell you that I was too dumb to doubt. They said, you can make money. And I said, okay, I need some. And so I'm just going to just ask you to just think that thought, you know, throughout this presentation and then throughout your Mary Kay career. Just be too dumb to doubt, because let me tell you, girls, this business works. So needless to say, you know, he decided, okay, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And so, you know, it was a done deal anyway. And so I paid my $100 that I didn't have. And then 3 months later, I quit my full-time job. That was a decision that we made together as a family because he saw how happy it made me. So I'm going to tell you that there are 8 reasons why women join our Mary Kay family. And the first reason people join is money. And I'm going to tell you, girls, if you don't have money, you definitely need to do Mary Kay. We do make 50% of everything we sell. We are the highest direct sales paid in the U.S. So we sell for $1, we buy for $1 and we sell for $2. So 50%. The next reason that people come into this business is personal growth. And I'm going to tell you that's probably one of my favorite things about this company is the personal growth journey that I have gone through in these last 20 years. The third reason people come into this company is prizes, awards, and recognition. So I don't know the last time that you were rewarded for doing such an incredible job. But I'm going to tell you that Mary Kay gives away what we call Cinderella prizes. And so Mary Kay has given me 8 diamond rings. I have 2 of them on. This one's from my husband. But these 2 came from Mary Kay, and they're called $500,000 rings, which means you have to produce $500,000 in retail sales, you and your unit, to receive these rings. Or you can take cash of $3,750. So I take cash now because I just don't need any more rings and I like to shop. So some of you may be on board with that. But A trip to Greece for me and my husband, all expenses paid. My house is filled full of prizes. So if you ever come to Knott's Landing, that's where I live, you all will get to see all the prizes that Mary Kay has given me just for doing a good job. There's just a ton of prizes. Okay, so the fourth reason that people come into Mary Kay is the product. We have the #1 product out on the market. We've been #1 since 1993. We are the least expensive on the market. And, the difference between us and our competitors are you get to build relationships with us. And I love that part about it because that's why Mary Kay set this up, is to build relationships and just make women feel good. Another reason that people come into Mary Kay is for the fun. Now, I don't know about you, but life is too short, and I love to have fun. I always say I'm always about having a party. Life is a party. And if it's not a party, I don't want to do it. And thank goodness I found something that is a party every single day. I absolutely love what I do. Another reason that people come into this business is the training, and I have been trained by the top people in Mary Kay. And I just came back from a weekend retreat, and it was called Feel the Power, and it was absolutely incredible. And one of our national sales directors that started this business with 2 young kids and was living paycheck to paycheck and has a Harvard degree and this, that, and the other, she makes $900,000 a year. Now, I don't know if you can even think that thought, but when I started Mary Kay, I was like, no, that's not for me. I just want to make an extra $50, get my products at half price. But I'm just going to tell you guys, it is there for you if you want it. Okay, the next reason that people come into this business, cars, okay? I have been driving free for 18 out of the 20 years. They pay 85% of the insurance. They pay for the plates. You get a new one every 2 years for the rest of your life. So we just ordered our 2014 CRX pink Cadillac. It is, I think, our 5th, 6th, 7th. I can't even keep up anymore. But I'm just going to ask you guys what that would do for your family. How much money could you put in your bank account if you did not have a car payment? They pay for 85% of the insurance. They pay for the plates, and then my oil changes are free. And that's $100 to get your oil changed. So those perks alone would be worth it. And again, I want to remind you that I want you to be too dumb to doubt. If you are somebody that is willing to go to work because you do it for somebody else every day for 40 hours a week, why not do it for you and your family so you can build something for your future? Another reason that people come into Mary Kay is the freedom and flexibility. And that's one of the things that I love, love, love. When I started this business, my kids were 6 and 10. They are today 26 and 30. We have 4 grandbabies. I've been married for 20 years. And I love the freedom and flexibility. I love that I get to set my schedule. I get to take care of my grandbabies. I get to be a part of their life versus working a 40-hour work week and going like, I don't want to watch those kids. I've worked all week. So I love the freedom and flexibility. So those are some reasons that women come into Mary Kay. There is one more, and it's be your own boss. So how many of you would like to be your own boss? Girls, I have not punched a time clock in 20 years. That's why I always say I'm so happy, because I don't have to get up to an alarm clock. I don't have to fight rush hour traffic. I don't have to get the kids to the sitter, then get to work, then pick them up, start dinner, do baths, do homework, all that, rush around, and you really don't get to enjoy life. And so I love being my own boss, and I joke and say that I am the best boss I've ever had. I know when I need to work, and I know when I want to go play, and I just love having the freedom and flexibility of somebody not telling me what to do. I get to design my life versus somebody else telling me how to live my life. So it does cost $100 to get started, and that's the same $100 that I spent 20 years ago, and I will tell you it is the best $100 investment I have ever made. You get over $400 worth of product in your kit, and I just say give it a try. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay. Have you ever gone out with somebody that you didn't like? Okay, so it's the same thing. And if your favorite department store called and said you can come in here, pay $100 fee, and you can buy anything you want for the rest of your life at half price, what would you say? Exactly. You would say yes. So I'm not asking you to marry me. I'm just asking you to be too dumb to doubt, because what if you are one of those success stories like a Gloria Mayfield Banks? I will tell you that my highest check in 1 month has been almost $13,000. And my highest yearly income is $116,000. I do not have a college education. That was not my thing. And so I just feel very, very blessed that God had a plan for me. And it took me until I was 30 for me to pay attention, but I'm glad I did. So don't be one of those people that sit around and go like, wow, I wish I had. Be that person that says, man, I'm glad I did. I will tell you guys that, again, this is the best opportunity out there for women today. We do sell a consumable product. And so, you know, in a recession, depression, whatever's going on, alcohol, tobacco, and cosmetics is what survives. So take a chance on yourself. I know you guys have spent $100 at Kmart, Walmart, or Target, and you don't even know what you bought. But what if you made a $100 investment today and it changed the rest of your life like it has changed mine? Not only will it change your life, girls, it's going to change the lives of your family. So I'm just going to ask you again to be too dumb to doubt. Call your beauty consultant, or you can call me and just say, okay, I'm going to be too dumb to doubt. I'm going to trust you. It's $100. Why not me? And this is what I know about women. If you want it bad enough, you'll figure out a way. And that's where I was 20 years ago. So if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke, and you're sick and tired of being in the same place, then you know what? Something has to change. So if nothing changes, nothing changes. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video and hear how my Mary Kay story has unfolded. I do have a password for you. So when you fill out the form to let your consultant know that you watched to the end, the password is I'm in. Thank you so much.